big gooch. So I just thought I'd give you a quick review about how my car is performing following its four-wheel alignment. So just to recap very quickly, it's got adjustable rear camber arms, they're the hard race ones, and IBAX front camber bolts, as most people end up with. Feels really good. It tracks lovely in a straight line now. There's no pulling at all. It'll still follow a couple of ruts in the road, you know, when you're driving on your rough B roads. It'll still tramline, I think the word is, when it follows the rutted bits and bobs in the road. So that's still a bit of a pain in the arse, but it's nowhere near as bad as it were. It's running 215 section tyres instead of 205s. I don't think that makes much of a difference really, and I've not done that many miles to really talk about the tyre wear on it. First impressions were a really pointy front end. Now it's still got that numbness that all Type R's have in the, you know, in the middle when you're initially turning. It just feels that little bit numb, but it feels a lot more pointy. It feels ready to go, almost like it's on its toes, if you will. And rather than the front end, you know, that you turn in, the front end goes, and the back end feels just like it follows really. I know that sounds really stupid, but it just feels like it's being dragged around by the front wheels. Following its four-wheel alignment, you turn in now, and the entire car, I know it sounds stupid, but the entire car feels like it wants to go around the corner rather than just its front end. So like if you turn in, you know, a silly rate of knots, it'll start to understeer, lift off your accelerator, it'll cock its leg, and it'll just tighten its line beautifully. So very neutral, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say, but it loves to tuck in. It's really good. Well impressed with it. As you can see, I'm in thick rush hour traffic, so there's not a lot I can really do to show you guys how it handles. But we'll see. We might go the long way home and see what happens. As mentioned previously, I went to TDI North to get it set up, and they did a great job. Really happy with the actual workmanship. If you want to watch that other video on the review of TDI North's work, go ahead and just look for it in my channel. So yeah, it feels really good, and I'd recommend anyone have it done. My car's on standard suspension, and it certainly improved it as well, and it weren't particularly expensive either. So I definitely recommend buying the adjustable front and rears and just cracking on with it really. There's a lot more tyre squeal now when you turn in. That's obviously something to do with the way it's towing in, or how they've set the camber. I love to post what setup it has, but unfortunately I wasn't given the readout. They wouldn't print anything out, they wouldn't tell me, unfortunately. So that were a bit of a shame, because I'd like to be able to tell folk how it's set up, because it's nice. So yeah, it feels great. It feels really pointy on the front end, very grippy now, and a lot less nervous. Really confidence inspiring. I'm really happy with it, and like I said, I'd recommend anyone who has one of these cars to get it set up. You know, you can go in, and if you research on the internet, you'll probably be able to find some readings. Hopefully that gives you some idea of how it was handling. Then obviously I wasn't trying to go around particularly quick, I was just showing you how booting it mid-corner washes it wide, and lifting off brings it back in, and there you go. That's basically what it does, and hopefully you could hear the tyres squealing as well. There's an awful lot of tyre squealing going on, but yeah, boot it, you're understeer, you see me understeering towards the curb, perfectly dry bit of roundabout, lift off, starts to tuck in again, boot it, kicks out wide again. No nasty snapping at the back end, no oversteering moments, just nice, easy cocking its leg, tripoding round corner. a bit narrow down here, so you just have to be a bit careful. Probably don't even look that fast on the camera. Just have to watch it on this bit for any like cows or sheep stuff. For those of you that don't live in the UK, look at the state of the roads. It's like driving on a little bloody track. Nice little left-hander now. Pretty sweet. Ugh. Mike could probably shit his pants. So that's going to conclude today's video. Hope you enjoyed that little bit of Vtec action, that tripod action. See you later. Big gooch.